It is far beyond the scope of this account to describe the myriad failings of the Seleucid Empire that precipitated its calamitous fall. However, I can relay the small but final part Galatia played in it. In that time, the Seleucids were beset by a loose coalition of foes, consisting chiefly of their own former vassals, as well as many of the Greek polities of Asia. Added to these were the Galatians and, of course, Ptolemy of Egypt, who acted as the ringmaster of this particular circus. Marching eastwards went many a Greek warlord and his army, each of them fancying themselves the next Alexander, though each in reality being more like carrion birds tugging at a dying beast's exposed belly. With Magarix having defeated the main western army of the Seleucids outside Tarsos, the Greeks were quick to capitalize on his success. The great city of Antioch was sacked and then subsequently occupied by Ptolemy's forces, who evidently were keen to rob Magarix of a mighty prize. He did not forget this slight, but once his barbarian rage had been adequately soothed by the level-headed ministrations of Caxtos, it was determined that the Gauls would march on through Syria regardless, in search of further plunder and lands for their chieftains to rule. Once the tribes were gathered again, they began the expedition, boldly sending word of their approach to the Ptolemies in Antioch once they were already underway, and not waiting for a reply. In the event, their progress went unimpeded. Some months later, under a scorching October sun in northern Mesopotamia, the Gauls found themselves encamped near the town of Hatra, wherein dwelt King Antiochus, along with the last battered remnants of his army. However, we were not alone. Chief among the Greek glory-seekers was the renowned Cosmas, Archon of the city-state of Rhodes, whose army had won a string of victories in eastern Syria in advance of the Gauls' arrival. Battered and depleted though the Rhodian army was, Cosmas had marched his men all the way as far as Mesopotamia, beset as he was by an all-consuming sense of military ambition, and now his army was camped a few miles to the south of our own, clearly with the intent of seizing Hatra for himself. There was some talk among the chieftains of attacking and destroying the Rhodian army outright, though once again Caxtos of the Trocmai counselled caution. Rhodes was allied with the cities of Ephesos and Pergamon, with whom the Gauls had a fairly cold relationship, having repeatedly denied requests by both parties to march their own troops across Anatolia to join in the collective looting of the Seleucid Empire. It was argued quite eloquently by Caxtos that we could ill afford to instigate a war on the borders of Lydia when the three tribes and their warriors were encamped in the sands of Mesopotamia. As it happened, Melina voiced her agreement with the chieftain of the Trocmai, and as far as Magarix was concerned, that therefore put an end to matters. That evening, Magarix and Cosmas met upon neutral ground between the two camps. They exchanged pleasantries, shared bread and wine, and after some discussion it was agreed that the two armies would march together on the town at midday tomorrow. The Archon, having sworn oaths to uphold this bargain, gave the stubbornly honourable Magarix no reason to suspect any attempted deceit. However, when dawn came, so did news from the scouts that the Rhodians had already broken camp and were making for the town. Incensed, Magarix roused his own troops to action and soon was leading his own force of cavalry ahead of the rest towards the battlefield. To cut the length of this story to the minimum, while the Rhodian hoplites engaged their Seleucid counterparts, Magarix led his cavalry around the northern flank, where he was able to isolate King Antiochus and his household guard. After some skirmishing, the Gauls dismounted and advanced upon their foe, cutting the silk-swaddled Seleucids down to a man, their reputation for martial prowess proving wholly undeserved. Cosmas, meanwhile, had proceeded into Hatra itself by this time, where his troops had already begun the raping and looting of the settlement. Disgruntled, but remaining haughtily proud, Magarix contented himself with having taken the head of his enemy's king, and more than this, the head of the man responsible for his people's initial defeat in the days of his father, Leonorius. While the Rhodians squabbled amongst themselves over their new prize, the Gauls broke camp and headed south towards the more fertile lands of the Euphrates and the Tigris, but not before the headless body of Antiochus, along with the bodies of his retinue, were laid upon the sands outside the town, with a message in Greek pinned upon their chests. It read as follows: "These men also wronged the house of Magarix. See now how they have paid for it." Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Rome 2 Total War, the scramble for Mesopotamia, where the border gore is abysmal, and there's a big capital city that we want to sack. This is how the map looks at the moment. As you can see, here's Galatia. There's also Galatia. And our armies are just down here in the middle of Mesopotamia. Magarix and Caxtos are marching their way southeast towards Seleucia, which we want to sack. We're not going to take the place. You know, the Rhodians or whoever else wants to swoop in there is welcome to it, but we want to sack it to say that we did it. Then we can come home, our pockets full of money, our vengeance satisfied, for we have killed King Antiochos. He is dead. Our revenge for the Battle of the Elephants is complete at last, having defeated a big Seleucid army with elephants over here in Syria, and now, with Magarix and his bodyguard, having personally taken the head of the king of the Seleucids in single combat, which was quite epic, I have to admit. I was so pleased about that. You couldn't have written it that way, I tell you. Anyway, yeah, here's things. There's us. There's Seleucia. There is Cosmas of Rhodes, who is managing to replenish his army right now, because he's taken Hatra and basically turned it into a puppet government. Which means they've already spawned with an army, Arabian spearmen, Arabian tribesmen, and what have you. Rhodes are allied with Pergamon, I believe. Pergamon, Ephesus, and Rhodes are kind of part of a little group of factions allied with each other. A little group of factions that, frankly, I'd love to squish at some point in the future. Oh, hello. Who's that? Ecbatana. That's a fantastic piece of headwear you've got on there, sir. Yeah, that's how things look at the moment. It's basically the race to Seleucia. Who can get there first is the question. We could go on to loot Charax as well, I suppose, but I don't really care at this point. I think I just want to loot Seleucia. Well, I say loot. Specifically, I mean sack and not loot, because loot is when you occupy the place, and I have no interest in occupying it. I'm recording this episode off the back of the last one, so I haven't had a chance to read your YouTube comments yet. So apologies if there's a whole bunch of comments telling me, no, you should take Seleucia. I'm not going to. It's just too isolated out here for me to defend and actually deal with or anything like that. I mean, you know, I think it's too much. If we were able to take Hatra, then I would have considered it, because then we would have had a contiguous bit of territory running all the way up here, slightly interrupted by Antioch and going all the way up into Ankara, and that would have felt more reasonable. But trying to defend a city, a huge city like that, isolated over here from this, nah. Tempting as it is, nah. Anyway, not much else to say at this point. Need to find something for Yaros here to do, don't I? Our new guy with an amazing moustache. Could get him. Have we got an ancillary here somewhere that would give him gravitas? How much ambition does he have? Only ambition 1. Orator! Oh my god, it's the newsreader from HBO's Rome. Oh, best character in that whole series. What a legend. They've made him as the thumbnail picture. That's amazing. +1 authority, +1 gravitas per turn, +2 public order local province. Yeah, let's do it. Let's give him the orator. Let's give him the newsreader from Rome. Oh, if you haven't seen that series, you really should. True Roman bread for true Romans. Alright folks, it's the following turn. It's January of 273 BC. You may recall in the previous episode we had that riot in the capital event. Here's the result of our choice, which was to crush the riot, and all other parties are impressed by your display of power. apparently. +5 loyalty for 5 turns. I'm going to go ahead and assume that was the correct choice. Nice. We've also got Hellenic Thureophoroi / Cleomenes reforms. The Greeks reached a new military reform. The Thureus reforms, and the development of the Thureus has altered unit equipment and training. A large oval shield made of leather-covered wood and braced by a spined boss and pinched from the Gauls. The Thureos was first adopted from the Galatians by the Illyrians and Thracians. Some say it resembles the Oscan scutum brought back after Pyrrhus's Italian campaign. However, it made its way into Greek hands, and it is now used by the Thureophoroi, who have become tactically flexible troops in the Greek army. They are comparable to sort of Roman legionaries in their sort of fighting style. Armed with javelins, typically. They've got a spear or a sword, and then they have this big oval shield. Which, yes, they've nicked from us. So, obviously, the Greeks have been paying attention to Magarix's military successes, and they're starting to copy him. Which is an amusing thought, really. And the Cleomenes Spartan reforms. This is Sparta, then. After losing many wars, citizens and their former spirit, Sparta during the early 3rd century BC was just a shadow of its former glory. They were still a force to be reckoned with, but only slightly above other Greek states, until King Cleomenes III would start his reforms. He increased the pool of Spartan citizens by bringing back banished Spartans and giving the land to mercenaries. He also rearmed part of the Spartan army in Macedonian style, but only by forming own pike units. Cavalry was still made from Thessalian mercenaries. While very successful at first, Cleomenes was defeated badly by Antigonus III Dioson at Seleucia in 222 BC. This again pushed Sparta back. Yeah, Sparta is, let's say, highly overrated in the 3rd century BC. Hidden agent exposed. Zoe. Hello, Zoe. Seleucid agent. Ah, yes, this is a problem. Look who's here. Cletus. It's almost Cletus. Cletus here. With a tiny army of Seleucids. I don't know where he came from. I think they might have been hiding in Pontic territory, or at least hiding in the woods up here, just north of Edessa. I can tell you with grim predictability that Edessa is going to be the first place he decides to go to in the following turn. I don't know what to do about it. I can't raise an army right now, because that would be the first thing I'd try to do. Outrage populace in Mesopotamia. Oh, that's just lovely. Yeah, Mesopotamia is getting a bit out of hand in the public order department. It's not good. Oh, this is so annoying. There's no forced march mode in DEI, so I can't force march somebody back up here to try and get to it in time. I wonder if maybe I could... This is the sort of thing that calls for dropping a hard save before you try it. But I wonder if I could disband you for now. Then raise an army here. Iaros, our mustachioed jolly friend. This might be the time for you to prove yourself, I'm afraid. Let's see, we can have Trokmai Karos. Karaios? Galatian shield wall spearman. We could give him Galatian bodyguard, which is what they usually have. Galatian chosen swordsman, or Galatian noble cavalry, which is slightly different from the regular bodyguard. What are they coming at us with? Early royal guard cavalry, shield bearers, royal peltasts. Ick. Some good units. The Trokmai Karaios. Melee attack 9, melee defense 21. Armor 25. Not that good, really. Not actually that good. I think I'd rather go with maybe you guys, or maybe just the regular bodyguard.
Ready for battle.
Now, can I? Oh, I can hire mercenaries, but they're terrible. Not a good selection of mercenaries in this region, I'm afraid. Well, I'll take him anyway, though.
Thirsty for battle.
Additionally, we could use...
Are you ready to do your duty?
I don't know if these guys... Probably won't recruit these guys before the end turn goes, but we'll try it anyway. You know, you hit in turn. I assume the Seleucids will attack before these are recruited. I think that's the sort of turn order. But I'll try it anyway, just in case. But that, plus the Edessa garrison, which is pretty depleted at the moment. Still, the Celtic warriors are still recovering. I say recovering, and we're still adding more Celtic warriors, really, since we took the place. But yeah, maybe this gaggle of mercenaries plus the garrison might be enough to, if not defeat them in battle, maybe cause them to think twice about actually attacking.
Honor the gods and your ancestors.
So no straight up slugging match. Not sure I fancy my chances with this lot. What are they? Mesopotamian hide, heavy cavalry. They could be worse actually. They're not that bad. Pretty good charge bonus. Well, Iaros.
Honor the gods and your ancestors.
Look at that magnificent moustache. Look at it. Look at this. Look at this Chad right here. Yeah, hopefully he can keep Edessa for us. He can stop these cheeky buggers here. Odysseus' Wanderers up here. Bloody appropriate name considering how far from home they are right now. Led by Cletus. Hopefully he can deal with that while Magrix continues to march towards Seleucia. Oh, that's annoying.
Honor the gods and your ancestors.
You've advanced a little further forward than I would have wanted you to there. Damn it, blasted all. Oh, that's a big garrison they've got there. They've also got siege defences. This is going to be quite a siege. This is going to be quite... In fact, potentially, I'm going to want to besiege the place and then, you know, actually hope that maybe the Rhodians will come along and help out. We might require some assistance with this, because this is going to be a bit of a monster of a siege, this one.
I could do more.
Speaking of Rhodians, there's Cosmas. Yeah, no wonder he's not interested in the place. I don't think he could take it with his current army. Oh, dearie me. Anyway. Well, we'll find out if this little plan over here has worked, and, yeah, we'll hopefully lay siege to this next turn. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the siege has begun. Love it, all the little tiny catapults doing their thing. If only we had that many catapults. We don't have any, in fact. Here's how it looks. At the moment, were I to auto-resolve it, it would be a ridiculously easy victory. However, I suspect, were I to actually do this as a battle right now, it would be anything but an easy victory, because all we have is a unit of two sets of ladders. And that's it. 2 sets of ladders. We can't even build siege towers, because presumably we don't have the technology for that. Oh dear, that was me hoping we'd be able to build siege towers earlier, a couple of episodes ago. Nope, apparently not. All we can build is light battering rams, ladders, and galleries. And galleries are just a mobile shield without armor, so not that useful. I think we can try and set fire to the enemy's gate with just regular troops. But yeah, we'd be getting shot at by these archers the entire time. Their towers would be shooting at us. It would not be a fun time. It would take a lot of casualties. I think we maybe at least want a battering ram first. Although actually, no, forget that. Get some ladders. Ladders are a higher priority than battering rams, if I'm totally honest with you. Yeah. Yeah, if the auto-resolve was more accurate to what would happen if we did a real-time battle, it would be more towards the middle. So, we're just going to continue the siege for now, but we can't continue it for very long, because as you can see, we do take attrition for being in a siege. Probably take quite a bit too, actually. we take attrition as the attack is in a siege, and also we're in foreign territory right now, and our supplies are not going to last forever, which is also a problem. So we can't hang around here forever. You know, take a turn or two from now, we're going to start running out of supplies and taking attrition from that as well. So yeah, I've actually, oddly enough, I've got Caxtos on patrol right now in enemy territory because doing so reduces the upkeep cost of his units. Because at the moment, as you can see, our treasury is not looking quite so healthy, and most of that is on account of the mercenary army I had to raise up here at Edessa. The good news is that these clowns over here decided to dig in and fortify themselves rather than attack, so the plan worked. Recruiting those mercenaries was enough to make them think twice about attacking Edessa. Unfortunately, yeah, money is now a bit of an issue, unfortunately. Luckily, we've got a huge supply of gold in the treasury to keep it afloat for now, but still, not great. So next turn we'll be able to build some extra ladders, and then we might have to just try it. I can't bring myself to auto-resolve this. It has to be done in real time. It is Seleucia. It is the city that we want to sack. We've got to do it in real time. I'm not auto-resolving that. We've got to do it properly, but if we do it properly right now, we'll get our asses handed to us. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait. Alright folks, it's April 273 BC. Nothing much going on here at Edessa. These Seleucids are still camped out on their hilltop over there. But down here at Seleucia, I think it might be time. As you can see, there's been some attrition with Magarix's army. Some of these units are looking slightly depleted. We have 3 sets of ladders built now. The ones you get at the start, at least I think that's a free unit of ladders you get at the start. So that should be 6 sets of ladders, and that might be enough to get this ball rolling, I think. I'd rather wait until I had more, plus a battering ram, but, you know, that's going to take too long. I'd rather have a bunch of sets of siege towers, really, but never mind. I think we'll make do with what we've got. We've also got Caxtos' guys as well. I think I'm probably going to be sending in these mercenaries first. They're a bit better equipped than our regular guys. So yeah, I think I might send them in first. Maybe the axemen as well. Up on the ladders. They got a bit more armor, these guys, as well, so they might be a bit less vulnerable to incoming missile fire as well, so... Anyway, that's kind of the plan. Let's see how it shakes out. Let's try and take the city! Well, here it is, folks. Behold, the mighty city of Seleucia. It's pretty big, isn't it? It's fairly large. Lots of temples and whatnot scattered about the place. A few fires, apparently. Not sure what's happened there. These are not the nicest looking houses, are they? Anyway, this is the city. This is our army. We're parked over here. Got the ladders, which are these big contraptions here. I got our ranged units up at the front. Skirmishers, the archers and whatnot. The archers are going to be hopefully quite useful in whittling down some of the enemies on the walls. I've got nobody actually manning the siege equipment right now because I'm going to have our reinforcements that are coming in man that for us. Potentially, what I might do is take some of these ladders and bring them off somewhere else so we can attack the city from a couple of locations to try and spread the enemies out. I don't know. I'm going to sort of play this one by ear a bit, I think. But I've decided to select this section of wall here to attack. Because it's pretty much just got that tower, and then there's one all the way around there. So it's a weak point, I would say. It's a definite weak point. This tower's been totaled, apparently. Yeah. So that's kind of how I want to try and get into the cities, is this way. If we open up the UI here, Caxtos and his boys are coming along from this side, so unless I wanted to march him all the way around the outside of the city, that limited our options in terms of where I wanted to attack from. So, kind of prevented me from going all the way over here, for example, if I wanted to. We don't have a battering ram, so it's probably fine that there's no gate over on this side. We're going to go up the walls. Theoretically, there's a gate here, and we could try and burn the gate down. Our soldiers could try and do that, although, honestly, yeah, you know, you can do fire damage to it, although it looks like the gate's made of metal, so I don't know how on earth you'd burn that down, but whatever. Video games, right? Yeah. Start battle. Can we have a look at the walls? What have they got? They got some cavalry down here. Bit of Greek cavalry. Presumably they got some stuff on the walls. They've got lithobolos. Oh, you know what? Bet that's aiming straight at our ladders. That's going to be a problem, isn't it?
Our reinforcements have arrived.
Not a moment too soon. Right, where are the mercenaries? Here they are. Begaudas, is that it?
Spear warriors!
No, no, we need the actual mercs. Where are the mercs at?
The battle is turning
There
in
they
our
are.
favor.
Spearmen! Ready!
Need you boys up here.
Galatian!
I guess we can get some of you on the ladders.
Ready!
We're going to have to move these before long anyway, because I think the enemy's siege artillery is going to try and take it out. Luckily, they've just got the one lithobolos on this side, so quite an impressive bit of equipment, isn't it, really? There goes the rock. Flying off this way. Is it going to hit anything? Probably. Goes rolling down the hill, and it's not a Skyrim boulder, so it isn't going to kill anyone by nudging into their leg, but there it is. Oh, here comes another one. Luckily, this hill we've got in front of us is helping a bit, I think.
You have our spears!
Didn't I tell you guys to grab that ladder? Come on.
Follow me!
Have they got people on the walls up here? They do. They do. They got some archers over here and here. So I think we'll probably take the ladders over and attack that side.
Spears! Spear warriors!
Get over there and try and kill that lithobolos crew. Right, you guys can start. The mercs are still jogging their way up here.
Behind the Hogar and battle! Warriors! Behind the Hogar and battle!
Rest of you lot,
Lancers! Warriors ready!
not selecting the baggage train. Get over here. Now, the lovely thing about Rome 2 is you can dismount your cavalry units, so if we have to, I can dismount Caxtos and Magarix and send them over the walls. Which I might end up doing, I don't know. So they're moving some of their archers around. These guys are going to be annoying and a problem, that's for sure.
What are your orders?
Mercenary archers! Get up here and shoot these guys. I'm not going to send the skirmishers up. Their range is too short. Cool little auditorium they've got set up over here, actually built onto this hillside. That's pretty neat, isn't it? Right, our ladders are moving. Our archers are doing their thing. The battle has officially begun, everybody. It's going to be a long one, I suspect.
Who fired that? One of them, sir!
Alright folks, the first of the ladders are approaching the walls, the rest are coming up behind over there. The enemy has started trying to move frantically, guys, onto the walls over here. They're bringing their hoplite guys up onto the walls here. I'm pelting them with arrows as much as possible. Not having an awful lot of effect though, because they've got those big shields protecting them, along with the battlements. We killed a lot of the enemy archers up here, which is good. The Syrian archers are superb for sieges, as it turns out. That extra range, plus the fact that they're all wearing armor, means they've done really well in the archery contest over here. They've done superbly. The Cretans, not so much. They do have little shields, but they haven't helped out very much, unfortunately. I don't know why they're slowly walking towards the walls right now, idiots. Need you to use those bow things you're so famous for? Yeah, those. Use those. Aegis. Yeah, they're moving guys up onto the walls here. Hopefully... Speed it up, boys. Come on. They keep deciding to stop for a breather. This happens sometimes in sieges. They'll just stop and they'll pause for a moment before carrying on. And you can't issue them any orders when they do it. It's very weird and a little bit annoying. These guys are doing it now. Quickly, guys, come on. Speed's the name of the game here. I need to get you up onto those walls before the enemy can flood them with troops. Otherwise, this is going to get... Well, it's going to turn into a bloodbath, really, and not the fun kind. Our archers are trying their best to whittle them down up here, but they're not really having much effect at all. So we've killed one or two, but that's it. Come on, boys, speed it up.
Spears!
My chief worry was that the Lithoblos here was going to start taking the ladders out. That hasn't actually happened so far, I'm happy to say. Right, first ladder is almost in position. I need you guys to shoot something else right now. You shoot them instead, please. Looks like the Syrians are out of ammo. Let's move you back. And the Gauls are heading up the ladders. I'm not sure I fancy their chances once they're up there, because they're only, you know, our light spear dudes. They're nothing special. And assaulting in a siege always takes a toll on morale, so I wouldn't be surprised if these guys get up here, decide they don't like what's going on up here, and then try and run back down the ladder. But in they go. Nobody said this was going to be easy. These guys are taking their sweet time, aren't they? Bloody hell. The other adders have almost made it here, and you idiots still haven't managed to get yours up there. I need you up there so you can flank on this side. Goddamn. Oh dear. Never mind. So far so good up here. It looks like combat even. Moving up this way as well. The enemy's got a lot of troops down in the street rather than up on the walls, which I suppose is good for now, but that'll change, I'm sure. Are these the mercenaries? They are. Good. You guys should hopefully fare a little bit better up there. You've got a bit of armor, and you've got swords along with your spears. Alright, this ladder is finally in position, and the guys are finally getting up there. How you boys doing? Doing okay so far. Kill some Seleucids for us. Oh well, there goes one. Come on, you're supposed to kill them, not the other way around, boys. Come on. Oh, there goes another. Go on, guys, you can do better than this. I believe in you. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, we're getting slaughtered, aren't we? Apparently. Not going well at all. It says combat even, but I dispute that, frankly. That, oh my god, that tower all the way over there is shooting at us.
Warriors of gold!
That's definitely going to take some dealing with. Alright, well, the ladders are all in position.
Spear warriors! For our ancestors, sons of gold!
So we'll get everybody up there.
Hands! Woden! Skirmishers!
There's the skirmishers, yeah, I'll leave them there. I think for now they're not going to help very much. How are we looking then? Piling in there. Combat even. Ooh, some of the hoplites are routing. Well, they're not routing, but they're wavering. They've got some Gauls landing on their heads right now. Is this our first siege battle of the campaign? I think it is, you know. Okay, I think we're doing alright. Move up, boys. Move up. Taking arrow fire from over yonder. They got archers down in the street, they have, yeah. Oh, they're going to attack the Lithobolos crew. Nice. Okay, you've wiped out them. That's good. Get over here and attack that. You guys, get over here and capture this tower. So it's no longer shooting us. You lot. What do we want to do with you? Okay, I think the enemy has either been very quickly killed or they've retreated from the walls, which might be what they've done. That's probably smart. You boys get over there and try and take that tower. Yeah, you're all cheering, but it's not done yet, boys. Come on. You want to chuck some javelins down there at them? That would be a good idea. You're not going to, though, are you? What I need you to do is get down there and start stabbing some cavalrymen. Okay, so far, it's going better than I thought it was. We've taken the walls very quickly. I told somebody to go over here and capture this tower, and I'm being disobeyed right now. Goodness sake. Go and do as I ask. Honestly, guys. I know the Gauls aren't renowned for their discipline, but for goodness sake. Right, we've got some guys starting to emerge out the bottom here. Why are you running that way? What are you doing? Just go down the friggin' stairs. What are you doing? Oh my word. Down here, you clowns. So some of them are going into the tower. The rest are wandering off this way for some reason. Oh, goodness me. Total warpath finding. It's much better in Rome 2 than in the old games, but having said that, it has its moments still. We're capturing this tower, that's good. I don't think we get to shoot arrows out of it once we've captured it, unfortunately. It's not like original Rome. I think once we capture it, the tower just sort of self-destructs. Alright, we've got a solid chunk of guys out here now. Alright, got some guys running out into the street. You guys are capturing this tower. And there's a Lithobolos crew that... Actually, I say Lithobolos. No, it's a friggin' scorpion. An Oxybellis. Apparently. I suppose you can go kill them next. Well, so far so good. Ish. Still gotta kill these guys. Alright, so things are going relatively well. We're run into a bit of a roadblock, literally, in the form of these 3 units of citizen militia who have formed themselves up into phalanx formation and are making life very difficult. I've already had 1 unit of spearmen run away from them. Had another unit blocking up this road, although I managed to get some mercenaries around behind them, so now they're wavering and shattered. Lovely. I have managed to work some more mercenaries around behind this lot now, thankfully, which will hopefully deal with them in short order. The towers that we've captured are actually shooting arrows down at the enemies as well, which is nice. It must have been Attila I was thinking of, where the towers just, you know, destroy themselves when you capture them. So the thing about Attila, it's so similar to this game, and yet there are so many little things like that that are slightly different that throw me off, because I've spent a lot more time over the years playing Attila than this, so let's get you guys up this way. Head that way. Enemy's still got more troops lurking in the town here. You know, their hoplites there. They've got some more troops there. I've lost sight of them now, but we're not done yet. It's taken a while though. It's DEI and it's a siege battle, so
Spears! Our spears are yours!
nothing gets done quickly. On the bright side, we're not playing Europa Barbarorum II. I almost decided to do a Let's Play of that instead of DEI. Kind of glad I didn't in the end. Oh, well, there we go. Everybody routed. Nice one. All right, well, that's that then. I was expecting this to drag on for a bit longer. There I was, just saying this is going to take ages, and then the game decides to make a monkey of me. I don't know. Seleucia siege. There we go. Very nice. We took 759 casualties in the end, which is... well, it's not too bad, actually, by Gallic standards, is it? I expected that to be tougher. I really did. Then again, I suppose I'm... It's the Attila thing again. I'm used to sieges in Attila, which are absolutely brutal if you're the attacker. This wasn't so bad, though. There it is, decisive victory. And now it's a question of what do we do with the place. Well, I did say I wanted to sack it. We'd get 9 grand for that. If we were to loot it, we'd get 28 grand, nearly 29 grand. Wow. We're not going to occupy the place, though, as previously discussed. It'd be more trouble than it's worth, this city. So we're just going to sack it. There is a temptation to raze it to the ground, admittedly. A real temptation to raze it to the ground. Could liberate it. But we're going to sack it. Thing is, so here's the thing. There's a thing you used to be able to do in Attila, which I don't know if you can do it in this game as well, whereby you sack it and then immediately afterwards you could then raise it if you wanted to. Or maybe liberate it, I don't know. But I'm going to sack it.
For the tribe! to gods.
And now I'm wondering, now that I've done that, I could sack it again for 0 money. Raid, can I liberate it? What happens if I liberate it? I'm gonna just sack it again. Hold on. I feel like this is something you want to save the game before you do, just in case it has a completely different effect from what you're expecting.
For the tribe, warriors.
Liberate? By doing that, we have now created the Seleucia faction. Interesting. So I don't think these guys. Oh, actually, no. They are like a kind of puppet state with us. That we're allies at least. All right, that kind of works for me. We've sort of returned it to the local sort of Mesopotamian Persian population. It looks like it's all Persian spearmen, Persian militia, Persian archers. We've put the local Persians in control. Now we've kicked out the Greek Seleucid government, and now we're going to move on, having sacked the place. Kind of makes a narrative kind of sense to me, I suppose. It kind of works. It also crucially means that we should be able to replenish our troops, since this is friendly territory. Although right now it says that we can't, because must be in your region with enough population of each type at the start of the turn. I thought we could do it. I thought we could replenish in friendly territory, but apparently not. Alright, never mind. Then again, it only calculates this at the start of the turn, so if we stay here for a turn, maybe at the start of next turn we'll be able to start replenishing. I don't know. However, yeah, I think raising it would have been an option. I mean, admittedly, just walking away and leaving it would have been an option, but and you know, in the hopes that Rhodes or somebody comes along and finishes the place off. But I think I prefer this. I think I prefer this. This is decent. I could have raised it, but I kind of didn't want to. There was a temptation, but I sort of didn't want to, just because it, as I've discussed previously, raising a city completely to the ground happened almost never in the ancient world. It almost never happened at all. I mean, the only 2 examples I can think of were both done by the Romans, and that was Carthage and Corinth, both in the same year, if I recall. Those are the only 2 examples I can think of where a city was completely razed to the ground and destroyed.
I live to serve the people of God. Thirsty for battle.
So, on balance, this is a much more realistic alternative, I think.
God is mother to us all. Ready for battle.
So yeah, that works for me.
Honor to God.
Stop
and to
raiding.
ancestors.
There we go. Although stopping raiding, my God, look what it does to the budget. Whew! We need to go this way, boys.
For the tribe.
Charax still remains. I don't suppose you guys are going to accept peace.
Do not waste time on
No,
ill-chosen
even if I were to
words,
pay you,
although an hour or
moderate,
two
if I give you
may
12
would have been
flipping
missed.
grand. Yeah, I don't think so. I think we're going to have to go burn Charax to the ground as well.
God is mother to us all. Starting out. Ready for. That way is shut.
I won't raid this territory because
Thirsty for battle. Ready for orders.
it'll piss these guys off, and I suppose in the grand scheme of things I don't really care if I piss them off. Technically they're supposed to be our allies though.
For the tribe. Ready for orders. Gaul is
I'm sitting here, I'm trying to square how this this works in my head. Who is this guy here? What's this guy's name? I'm trying to hover over the army, but it won't sort of do it. There we go, Fire and Steel, an army led by Nemunia. So Nemunia here is obviously some sort of local Persian official who Magarix has obviously put the city into his hands after having looted the place and decided to move on. We've given this guy probably a share of the spoils, I imagine. This guy has come out of all of this quite rich and well off for himself because he's now in charge of the city and probably has a lot of treasure. And a lot of his men have probably come off quite well out of it too, I imagine. They're probably not natives of the city. They might be from the surrounding region, perhaps. And, yeah, they're in charge now. And the Greek Seleucids probably not going to have a great time in that city from now on.
Warriors all for the tribe.
But these guys aren't, you know, proper, like, they're not an actual satrapy or client state in the sense that they'll pay us tribute. I don't think we have that option as the Galatians, unfortunately. I don't think we can actually have client kingdoms and things. That's a thing you only get if you're playing as the Greeks or the Romans or maybe the Parthians, I'm not sure. One of those factions. I have to admit, I almost played as Parthia, actually, for this Let's Play series. They were kind of one of the runners-up, if you like, when I was trying to decide what faction to play as. Galatia was one option, obviously, and it's the one I settled on, but the other options I was considering for the LP were Parthia, who are located up here somewhere, Carthage, obviously located over here, and Galatia. Was there another one I was thinking about doing? I can't remember. Oh, I think it was the Ptolemies, actually. I was thinking about playing as the Ptolemies down here in Egypt, because I remember very fondly playing a Ptolemy campaign in, I think it was Rome Total Realism, the mod for the original Rome Total War. And I did it. The big draw with Rome Total Realism back in the day was it was one of the first like proper historical accuracy mods that came out, and one of the first things it did was it got rid of the Bronze Age fantasy Egyptians from the vanilla game, and it replaced them with the actual Greek Ptolemies. I played a campaign as those guys, and I had a lot of fun with it, I have to admit.
Ready for orders. For battle.
Anyway, folks, yeah, we did it. We took Seleucia, and I think Charax is going to be next on the chopping block, and I think I might do the same to Charax what I did here to Seleucia, in which case that will hopefully put an end to the Seleucids as a faction, and we can go home, our pockets full of treasure, and then start thinking about what we want to do next. I'm looking at you, Pergamon. I'm looking at you! I'm looking at you! Furious innovations spread. New innovations in military technology and strategy have spread through various Greek, Thracian, Illyrian, Galatian, and other cultures to impact the style and equipment of those factions. I have a feeling, however, in spite of the fact that we were name-dropped there, that nothing will have changed for us. Because I'm pretty sure that message box refers only to AI factions. Their reform system is a little different to ours. Theirs just happen automatically at a certain date. Ours we actually have to work for. We have to get there a certain Imperium level. And Shrine of Rosmurder's done. Nice. And we have and a certain turn number as well, in addition to Imperium. But yeah, I suspect that nothing will have changed. Speaking of nothing changing, these gits up here are still standing around on that hill, being nuisances of themselves. As long as they're there, I have to keep paying these mercenaries, and as long as I'm paying those mercenaries, my coffers are being emptied, and it's very annoying. Why are you not... Administration, there you go. You should have been... I set him to be on administer, and he's not administering. It's very annoying. Anyway, we've moved a little bit closer to Charax, which is the last Seleucid settlement, I think. And then we'll eventually have to deal with these guys up here. Cletus and friends.
Ready for battle.
We could probably take him in a proper fight. It's just that's a lot of elite units. Is Basilikoi Peltastai, the shield bearers, and these 2 units of early Royal Guard cavalry just are disgusting. Against a bunch of poorly equipped Eastern mercenaries. These are some of the worst infantry units in the game. I mean, melee attack 8, defense 17. Only 20 armor. They're really, really poor, these. They're just so crap. These Babylonian heavy spearmen are not much better either. So yeah, I'm not feeling confident enough
All is mother to us all.
I'm going to have to wait until the army gets back up here. For now, we can just sort of hold. Because them plus the garrison means we can take them, but if we were to actually go and attack, plus these guys have fortified themselves as well to boot. So if I were to, oh no, don't move. You shouldn't technically be able to move while you're in patrol stance, but never mind. If I were to attack you, I don't think I would have any help from the local settlement garrison. I don't think he's camped just far enough away that I wouldn't get any support. Yeah, you can see the little yellow line from the settlement. I don't know. This is one of those times when you got to save the game and find out, I think.
To battle.
Yeah, no, we don't have any allies. I could just auto-resolve this, apparently, and we would win, though. So, do you know what? But it's their last army. It would just feel wrong to auto-resolve it. Screw it. Yaros, my friend, you're either going to die a failure or live as a hero. I'm not sure which. Oh god, I forgot they're fortified. Oh boy. Oh no. I'm not feeling confident. I said the same thing about the damn siege battle though, and we won that easily, so maybe the auto-resolve isn't quite such a liar. We've got archers. I mean, that's one thing we do have going for us. There they are. There's the enemy. Armoured peltasts. Royal Guard cavalry. Where are the shield bearers? Oh, there they are. Yeah, these guys. Hypas Pistai Agimatos. These guys are pretty tough. Melee attack 10, defense 22. Apparently their weapon damage and speed and morale have been lowered. Might be because they've been encamped. I don't know. They've got towers helping them as well. Yeah, this is gonna suck. This is gonna suck. This is going to suck. But we'll give it a go.
We are at your command, my lord.
Bring the archers out in front.
We understand orders.
Put you guys on the flanks. Cavalry at the back. That right there is one Gallic warlord surrounded by a whole bunch of foreign mercenaries he doesn't have much faith in. But, on the bright side, what a Giga Chad. Look at him. Bare-chested, giant moustache. Big plumed helmet with feathers on it. He's like Alexander the Great, if Alexander the Great was a bare-chested Gaul. I like it. Very cool. Anyway. Let's have a look at the other troops, shall we? Yep. Yeah, not a lot of faith in you boys. I gotta be honest with your wicker shields. Gosh, you lot. You know, about 7 or 8 centuries from now, you guys are going to kick ass. You're going to be part of the Sassanid Persian Empire, and you're going to make Rome quake in fear. Not today, though, I'm afraid. Not today. These are the Babylonian... what they're called, Babylonian hoplites. They're a bit better equipped. They've got some armor. They've got some scale armor. They've got those big round shields. I want to say the hoplons, but I don't think they are. Hoplons are bigger than that. They're like Bronze Age. I think that's called the Argive or something. That particular pattern of shield. Don't remember. It's been a while since I looked into any of that Greek nonsense. But, still. Bit more faith in them than I have in them. Here's the cavalry we bought. Again, don't look terribly equipped. Problem is they're facing off against some of the best cavalry in the game right now, in the form of these guys, so... Oh dear. Well, let's have at it, shall we?
Battle ready! My leaders! Look to your men now!
I will kill any man I see with mercy in his heart.
You there! Leave that alone!
Alright, we're just getting into position. I've told the guys to run up a little bit further so that the archers have the range. Which they should do now, hopefully. You can start shooting any time you like. Move a bit further then.
Noble horse!
And yeah, you guys move up and support, because the enemy might send out their cavalry, in which case we want to spear them to death. Here we go. Can't imagine we're going to get a lot of these guys with arrows. They're so well armoured. Yeah, I mean, look, the arrows are just bouncing off them. Yeah, that's not having much luck with that, are we? Maybe if you move up a bit further and try and take on these more lightly armoured peltasts here at the back. Might provoke a bit more of a reaction. Oh, hello. They've got some Syrian hoplite type dudes of their own. God, even these guys have got shields. This is the little basilicoi peltasts. Actually, it might not be a bad idea to just go for the damn horses. Although their towers are starting to shoot flaming arrows at us, which is not great, but hey. Yeah, move up a bit further, see if you can kill some horses. Oh, there we go. That's having an effect. There's blood splatters everywhere. You guys might have armor, but your horses don't. We killed any of them yet? No, we actually haven't. We're wounding them, but we haven't actually killed any of them. Oh, one of them's died. These are the least effective archers I've ever seen. Even against these guys, they only killed 2 of them. Never mind, you might as well keep marching up, I suppose. I'll send you that way. I'm gonna send the other hoplites around the sides. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the cavalry, to be completely honest. We're killing a few of them now. Now we've wounded enough of them. They are starting to die. The thing about archers in this game and other Total War games really is that they're a lot more accurate than they really would be in real life. It took quite a bit of training to be able to hit a target that far away with this level of accuracy. You know, you'd get ranging shots where the first volley would probably land a bit short over here somewhere like that, you know? I think to compensate for that, they make the arrows a lot less lethal than they would be in real life in this game, but yeah, it was a wholly different business in real life as archery on the battlefield. Another important thing, and this is something I'd love to see implemented in future historical Total War games, was the importance of the wind. Because if you had the wind advantage over your opponent, it meant your archers could shoot significantly further than theirs could. Which meant you could outrange the enemy with your bowmen. Very, very important part of ancient warfare that, again, doesn't really feature in the games. Wind isn't modelled in land battles in this. Whoa, boys, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't suppose you guys can form a shield wall or anything, can you? No. So if you shoot them. You guys can form defensive formation at least.
Our general is under attack.
He is. Oh, the arrow towers must be shooting at him. You guys getting stuck in? So they sense. Ah, yeah, they ran their cavalry away from my archers. That's what prompted everything that just happened. Archers, see if you can shoot at their general's guard unit there. How's it going over here? You guys winning? You bloody should be. Winning slightly. Alright, if we can capture the centre bit, we should give the enemy a big morale debuff, I think. Arguably should try and capture some of these towers, I suppose, but bigger things to worry about at the moment, really. Send you guys around that. Whoa, no, don't go through there. You loonies. Let's pop Inspire, although apparently it didn't affect anyone except the archers, which is just dumb. Oh, hello. What on earth? I didn't know you guys were allowed to march around on this bit of terrain here. It seems like it's cheating almost. Get out of there, man. Don't.
Turning in our favor.
Actually, I was about to say don't mix it up with the spearmen, but actually that's a bunch of peltasts right there. Alright, or just fight the Royal Guard cavalry. That works too. I believe you guys get a bonus versus cavalry, right? Yeah, 4. It's a small one. They don't so much. You guys are sort of cavalry that are good against cavalry. Oh my god, the archers are trying to walk into battle again.
The enemy general is dead.
Ah, that's good news. Whoa, don't do that, don't do that. Oh, don't do that, don't. Oh my god. In Rome 2, unlike in Attila and every game afterwards, you don't press Alt and click and drag to move units. It's just a regular left click. And it can lead to chaos sometimes. How are things going in the middle here? Our crappy spearmen are doing a slightly better job than I would have expected of them, honestly. There's the shield bearers. They're the ones we really need to worry about. But since we've got them flanked, we might be alright here. Right, Iaros, you can go run down those fleeing dudes over there. I don't want any of them escaping if we can help it. Oh! Gosh, that was sudden. Alright, we won. These guys just broke. Alright, archers. That's enough, thank you. Don't need you killing our own guys. I mean, I'll be happy to see the back of these mercenaries in theory, but even so. Right, let's let the cavalry mop up, shall we? $247 losses in the end to their nearly 1,000. I think we probably killed enough of them to destroy the entire army, by the looks of things. Not a lot of them made it out of there, for a fact. Wow. I think at least one unit of those Royal Guard cavalry were completely deleted. It's always good to see, isn't it, really? Well, fair play, mercenaries. The hoplites got quite a few in particular. Look at them, 212, although they lost half their own number. Not bad. Yeah, I guess the auto-resolve was a clue. I really felt like that should have been tougher. They had some very elite infantry there. I guess their morale sucked. Well, there we go. Beautiful. Once again, we'll ransom, both for the money and to make Pondus happy. And I think now... goodbye. You've been very helpful. Now, so long, toodaloo, etc. I tell you what... I'm going to send you back to town, Iaros. I'm going to have you be on governor duty for a while. Did we get any public order from you? Plus 11 from characters. You're going to play governor for a bit, Iaros, now that you've taken care of that. And in the meantime, yeah, we're going to keep moving closer to Charax. Alright, folks, it's June of 273 BC. And we've arrived at Charax and are besieging the town. We've made it all the way to the waters of the Persian Gulf, ladies and gentlemen. These Gauls have been on a long journey, haven't they? All the way from over here somewhere. I think the Volcae Tectosiges, they're around here somewhere. So, yeah. Magarix's clan, they've journeyed all the way over here. Down into Galatia, and now they're accompanying him on a campaign all the way down here. That's quite a bit of travelling. If they keep going like this, they're going to end up in China. Yeah, let's do this. I thought about auto-resolving this, honestly, but it's the last Seleucid town. I think we should do it the proper way. Alright, folks, here we are. We're ready to march into war against the Seleucids for what will hopefully be one last time. Magarix has taken up position in the shade of this tree here. I don't know what kind of tree it is, but it's a tree. It's provided some shade. Very nice. You need to keep your horse under control, dude. There's the town. It's, you know... It's not exactly the jewel of the Empire, is it? But it is the last town the Seleucids control. I'm pretty sure, anyway. I like the little boat building thing here. I don't know what you call that, dry dock or something there. You got this lighthouse. That's pretty neat. You sit on top of that and watch Fargoth going about his business. I mean, what? Yeah, here we are. There's a market over here. There's a weird platform with stakes around it. I don't know what that's about. Probably where they hang people, I would guess. Another market over here. This place has seen better days. Ooh, nice statue. Wonder who that's meant to be. With his todger out. I think I can get away with that, not demonetizing the video. It's a statue. It's not a real person. We're gonna get into the whole thing about Michelangelo's David, aren't we? Oh god. Anyway, folks, we're ready to go. Caxtos and his boys will be coming along onto the battlefield from over there somewhere. Nice terrain in the background, by the way. It's worth noting, actually. It's a great big river. Is this the Tigris or the Euphrates? this one here. It must be one of the two. I forget which is which. I wonder if we can see the other one from here. I don't know if that's the sea or if that's the river. Oh, there's a river. I wonder if that's it. Tigris over there, Euphrates over here, or possibly vice versa. I don't know. Either way, let's begin. Enemies over here.
Made the decision to attack, my warriors. Prepare yourselves. Look to me in battle. Listen for your orders.
Our reinforcements have arrived.
Only through discipline shall we win.
As usual, Marcus talking over the speech. Absolute plank. The enemy does have some ships. They've got like a little mini garrison fleet here.
The battle is turning in our favor.
The Seleucid navy, such as it is, everybody. Well, they've got a raiding Himolia, pursuit Trichemiolia, and another one. I assume it's a trireme of some sort, the equivalent of a trireme. I like the little tent on the back, that's neat. Well, anyway, we don't have any ships of our own, but these guys will probably land on the beach
Our
here.
general is under attack.
And what? Oh my fucking word. Suicidal enemy cavalry, everybody. Decided to go out in a blaze of glory, these boys, apparently. Oh my god, everybody's going to be throwing their javelins at it and killing my own guys. Stop! Stop! God, exercise some trigger discipline, for goodness sake. Well, they're not going to last for long. In fact, they're already wavering. The archers and whatnot, meanwhile, are opening up. I'd worry about those cavalry if I were you, though, boys. Didn't realise the enemy had cavalry at this place, but they do. See, I told you, sometimes they do have garrison cavalry.
We'll kill them all. Noble horse. Orders. Quickly now. Battle ready.
Oh, they've ploughed straight into this unit of spearmen over here. That was one of the depleted ones from the siege. What are these? Armed natives. Yeah, well, you're not going to last very long, are you? Goodness me.
Noble horse. Forward. Light horse.
Right. Let's try and get our charge bonus. I need to remember to do that, actually. Looks like the boats have unloaded.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Some angry sailors headed our way.
Be warriors. Galatians.
Oh boy, yeah, you guys are just getting massacred, aren't you?
Spear warriors.
Alright, Agrix, you go kill those archers. Surprised you guys aren't dead or running away yet, actually, these armed natives. Oh, there they go. No sooner had I said it.
Noble horse. Be warriors. Galatians.
Some of you guys get involved there. This is fine. I don't really like the fact that you guys are doing a whole load of friendly fire right now.
Galatians. Be warriors. Stay alert.
You guys go ahead and charge them.
Our spears are
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Problem is, I think even our basic infantry units, the spear infantry here, they actually do have javelins, which means that friendly fire tends to happen a lot, even if I don't want it to.
move out.
Yeah, we need to surround these guys and get behind them.
You have our spears. Forward.
How you doing, Magrix? You murdering archers. I would like you to murder them a bit faster if you can, please.
Missile riders! Forward! Horsemen! Equal! Warriors!
Don't make me send in the chosen swordsman.
Galatians! Others! Killing warriors!
Alright, mind the approaching citizen militia. Charge into the back of them.
Warriors ready! Attackle! Spearmen! Orders! Spear warriors! Infantry! Horsemen!
We're doing alright. You guys are throwing some javelins at them.
No fear!
Let's have Magrix and his boys ride straight past and kill those archers.
Hail!
Get a nice close-up, shall we? I love the synchronized fence leaping. Ah, excellent. Bloody murder. The best kind. What's going on in the background over there? Mostly the enemy running away by the looks of things. That's what I like to see. I've often wondered about maybe doing a campaign someday where you're stuck in general camp. Basically, the camera is limited to just above the general at all times, and you have to try and direct your battle like this, from this view all the time. I imagine it would mostly just be frustrating for user interface related reasons. Like, it'd be very difficult to order people to do what you want them to do from that weird angle. Whoa, whoa, get back there, guys. Don't. Oh, they're running away. Whatevs. Just throw some javelins at them. Send in the chosen swordsman. These guys don't get to fight very often. Oh, sending them in was enough to make the enemy surrender, apparently.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Be warrior! Noble horse!
Well, that's that. The town is ours. Ooh, check out the sculpture. That's pretty cool. Well done, everybody. We did it. The mighty Seleucid Empire, humbled at the hands of a bunch of rowdy Galatians. With a lot of help from, like, every other nation in the region, of course, but we did the dirty work, damn it. Most of the dirty work, anyway. You know, except for those times when Rhodes beat us to it, those bastards. Still, I'm quite proud. We even killed their king, which was pretty darn cool. There we go, decisive victory. I think we'll sack it.
Warriors all!
And then...
Live to serve!
Oh, really? They have like a ship with half its crew. I'll just quickly auto-resolve that. It's funny. This weird quirk of attacking a coastal town, and now we'll liberate.
Thirsty for battle!
There we go. The faction that is known as Meshan now exists. Again, another Persian sort of faction, it looks like. Eastern Spearmen, Eastern Militia. Led by some dude called Orodes. And that's us done. It'll be time to start marching our way back up to Galatia. Fairly quick. Although I did notice that I don't think... Are the Seleucids defeated now? Are they gone? They're not in the known factions list, are they? Oh, here we go. Household expands. Naked fanatic. Oh, nice. See you dormouse-eating, bath-taking, sandal-wearing Roman Jesse. Come here and say that to my face. Plus 8% melee attack for sword units and plus 1 authority. Cool. Settlement sacked. Faction rises. Faction encountered. Faction destroyed. The Seleucidae have been destroyed. Their enemies were indeed too numerous. Right. Well, that's the end of an era for this part of the world, isn't it? Now we just get to watch everybody fight over the spoils, eh? Pontus, you still mad with me? You're still a little bit mad with me. Yeah. Still. It's done. It is done. Which means we now get to walk all the way home again. However, folks, that will be next time, because I think we're just about done for this episode. I think this might have been a long one, actually. I think we had at least 3 battles in this episode, which is usually the sign of a long one. I shall leave you, everybody. I'm still salty that the Ptolemies took Antioch out from under my nose, but I think we've come off all right out of it. I suppose our Imperium has gone up very much, has it? If it has, I can barely notice it. I think the only way to increase Imperium is by taking settlements for yourself. I don't think doing this with them increases it at all. But then again, I don't know. I need to look into that, actually. What actually increases Imperium? I'm just sort of assuming that Imperium increases as you gain settlements, but maybe it goes up from other things too, like winning battles, maybe. Yeah, I should look into that, probably. Either way, we leave Meshan to their own problems, which at the moment includes a large Kidri army, led by Hussam Amar, which is currently raiding their territory. But yeah, have fun with that. It's not our problem. We're going to pretty much leave you and Mesopotamia to their own devices, I think. I guess for now I'm going to try and hold on to Edessa and Thapsakos. But the fact that they are not actually connected to my main territory up here really annoys and bothers me. I've been trying for many turns now to try and get the Ptolemies to give me a damn settlement, either Side or Antioch, and it's still not happening. I'm still not getting that lucky result on the diplomatic action. Try again for yet another turn. There we go. Send diplomat. Almost guarantee you will come to nothing, though. I do keep coming back with, like, you know, gifts and things, so my treasury keeps going up. I mean, we've got 53 in the bank right now. Sorry, 53 grand in the bank, even. And this is why I need to stop recording. I've done 2 episodes on the trot now, and recording 2 episodes of this Let's Play means, like, I've been sat here for probably about 6 hours at this point, recording this. And, yeah, as you can probably tell, my brain's ability to form complete sentences is slowly going out of the window, which is why it's time to stop. But anyway, yeah, we've got a massive pile of money, and at the moment, we're a little short on things to spend it on, so I guess I'm just using it on political actions all the time, which is fine. It's not bad. But yeah, I guess we're going to have to think about where we want to go next. Perhaps an answer to that question will present itself, as it often does in this game. I won't get a chance to plan where I want to go next. The game will just be like, right, this faction decides they hate you now, and you're going to have to deal with that. I'm looking at you, Pontus, right now, honestly. I'm looking at you. You're the most likely candidate for anyone who's going to try and screw me over at the moment. Everyone else seems to be on pretty good terms with me. In an ideal world, what I would like to do, personally, is go beat up Pergamon, Ephesus, and maybe Rhodes. Rhodes, I'm not ecstatic about having to fight Rhodes, because they're on an island, which makes them difficult to get to. But Pergamon and Ephesus, I wouldn't mind adding their lands to my territory. And from there, well, I mean, Bithynia, are you allied with anyone? You're allied with Pontus, so we're not going to be fighting Bithynia. However, we could quite easily get military access off Bithynia and then march into the Greek peninsula across the Bosphorus. You see. Got our cousins, the Talistobogi, over there as well. But, yeah. Our ambitions, I think, still now lie to the west. We've gone about as far east as I care to go at this point. So unless we end up in a massive war against the Ptolemies, which I would rather avoid, but you never know. It could happen. What kind of allies do you have? Oh, you're defensive allies with Pergamon, are you? And Sparta, apparently. Interesting. Ooh. Would we fancy our chances against the Ptolemies? I mean, they're probably our biggest friends at the moment, is the funny thing, but they're also now probably my biggest rivals. So... yeah, I don't know, Mr. Ptolemy. You have become a rival! I don't know. I'm going to have a think between episodes. Have a good one, everybody! I'll catch you next time. Toodaloo.